man right here is a psychotic maniac.
Bored of you, Felicia. Go home. Now he's on a straight road. The f***er decides to pull up in the middle of the street. Real quick before we start, first of all, it's like 31 degrees outside today. So in England, that's very hot. So if I look like a melted mess, I'm sorry. I literally got in the shower at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm filming by 9 and it's just so warm. Second of all, I apologise that this has taken a while for it to come out. It's because purely I spoke to the police about this and I'm so sorry. I've got a big fat t-shirt on. I'm literally about to go work after this, and also I look really pale today. That's because I've gone for like the thinner makeup today because, you know, it's very hot, it's very humid out there and it's just not good for my skin, and especially when I have, you know, flare-ups, it's just not a good idea to wear thick makeup at this time. Oh my gosh, this is such a long story. I ranted about it ever so slightly on my Instagram story. Like, you guys don't even know, like, that's like not even a quarter of the whole story. It's crazy. I tried so hard to get the number plate, but unfortunately I was vlogging on my phone at the time. So, sorry, I have a stutter. And when this was happening, turned the camera off because it was just towards like where my camera was getting really overheated. So I thought, stop, like leave it for a bit and then let it cool down and pull up and then start filming again. Okay, so the footage that I got, that actually, when it actually happened, I only had a bit because as this was happening, I thought I was recording because I'm thinking, oh, thank God I recorded that. And then I realised that my phone had shut, like my phone was locked. As I pulled up to the traffic light, obviously it was still on my tripod. I've clicked on record and I've got some of the car just to show some of it to the police, like what kind of car this is, and if anything did happen and this was the same sort of car description, they could do something about it, or they could like take the investigation further if like someone else went through what I went through, or hopefully not, because literally this couldn't have happened on a better day. Anyway guys, if you've never been here before, please make sure you subscribe right down there and make sure you press on our bell so you know when the next video. I upload on Wednesdays and Sundays. I hope you guys enjoy this and I hope you guys have been enjoying my story times. I know a lot of people enjoyed the one about I was best friends with a liar for 2 years. That was kind of hard and I did actually give me a bit of backlash because someone who was involved in that story did come forward and be like, oh, like, are you joking? Well, it happened, didn't it? And you were the one that caused it. So, and then after that, she just stayed stood. So I faked your name, love. So I've protected you and I've protected others, even though the others that were involved in that story, they were like loud and proud. They're like, we don't give a shit. We want to be on there, because what she did was absolutely disgusting. I said, no, I want to protect everybody's privacy. I want to protect everyone's name. I'm faking names. And this is exactly why I always fake names on story times. And I know a lot of people don't. I prefer to, even though they actually really specifically ask, I want my name on there. I don't care. I'm going to put fake names on there to protect people. Grab your blankets. Well, I hope you're not having a blanket out this time of the year because you're crazy. You're a psychopath if you do have a blanket around you at the moment in this disgusting weather. Grab your wine, grab your Coke, your Diet Coke or whatever you're drinking, grab your tea, because this one is a fun doozy. I'm so silly. Guys, if you don't know, I've tried to take it off so many times. I put my YouTube name at the back of my car. I bought that sticker for the back of my car for a joke. That was actually specifically a joke. I'm literally going to melt by the end of this video. I'm not even gonna kid you. Using my mouse mat. Putting myself off. This is why I'm so grateful that the person here was at the front of my car instead of behind my car, because I was so scared that he was going to find out where I lived, especially with like my number plates. Like, it's a lot harder for you to read a number plate from behind you and then obviously that being in front of you. So that part, I'm really grateful for the fact that like he got in front of me. So we're going to get to the start. Let's change the lighting a little bit. Let's have visions of a graveyard. No, I'm joking. This is serious. Just don't have road rage on your own or anything like that, because you can. Starts in a very fun way, actually. Because this was the day I actually lost my job. And I get up, I'm gutted, I'm crying in the car on the way home. So I'm driving home and I'm just been on the phone to my mum. I've been on the phone to one of my best friends. and like they know I've been struggling with really bad luck at the time. Like I'm a lot better now. My mental health has gone up to back to 110, but back then it was like 20. It was like really bad. That day I hit rock bottom. I hit rock bottom. So weird how my emotions can be like really sad, like to like -20 from 100 to 100 max in anger. We are a little bit of a yappy family. If we want to say something, we will say it. I come from the best. I come home towards my village, and I was working basically at an airport. Like, it wasn't in the airport, but it was like an office in the airport. They kind of like made the Victoria sponge and put the cream and that and the icing on top. This put the cherry on top and the sprinkles and the fruit around the side. I drive over this bridge on my village, and then as I'm going right, there's another tiny roundabout. And right by this tiny roundabout, like a metre away, there's a tiny pub exit. So when you come out this pub exit, it's one of those ones where you've got to like slowly come out. Like, I'm not even joking, there's no mirrors on the other side or anything. If you come out too quick, you will, like, there's no speed, it's national speed limit here, that like you'll get yourself killed. Like, especially in the countryside, like there's like it's just national speed limit. Like you come out of a short exit, a tight exit, and there's walls on either side, so it's not like you can advance, see what's coming left or right, what's coming towards you and what's coming to the opposite of you. Slowly approaching this, how this man didn't see me coming. How this dude didn't see me coming. Turn right on this roundabout, coming across, and then literally, have you ever seen like the scene like in 101 Dalmatians where Cruella has like total road rage? This is exactly what I'm seeing in this man coming out this pub. This man is like older than my dad. This man is like probably about 10 years older than my dad, right? I saw his face. He come out so fast. He's literally this close to my car. Because he scared me, like I've screamed and pulled the, like, and stopped. And I did, because I just thought, how dare you? He didn't even stop and acknowledge me. Like, it frightened the life out of me. I was sobbing my heart out. I had no emotionals left in me. I was completely depressed. Literally, I'm shocked that, like, I stopped at this time, because I was so distraught and so like in a bad place at that time, at that second, that I actually had the much awareness to stop. Everyone even around me said, that wasn't your fault, that was his fault. He could have killed me and the other lady, it was opposite. He just literally, he had no space, like kind of like come out right out of this tight ass squeeze, and like to the other woman on this side. How he's got this massive Ferrari through, I don't even know. It was either Ferrari or a Merc, I can't really remember. I'm gonna look at the footage again, because I don't really like looking at it, to be honest, because it just makes me so angry, and it really it really takes my faith away in men. Like, the way they treat women is disgusting. I'm not saying all men do this, okay? I'm not saying all men do this, but surely, I'm thinking in like half a split second, surely he's gonna say, sorry, my bad. He's probably filled up with substances that I'm not even going to repeat, because I do not want to get demonetised for this video. Or he's just really drunk to boot. Of course, now I've had enough, because he's like not only nearly had a car accident with me, he's almost had a car accident to an old lady opposite me, and I'm like sort of seeing this in seconds, and then all of a sudden I'm like full mode rage. I am like so angry. I'm like, it makes my lips quiver. Look, when you listen to the rest of this story time, you will know why, like, I'm so angry. I'm angry because, like, you know, I've not had nice relationships with men. You know, don't worry, me and my dad are okay, and all the men in my family are okay. But like, I've had times where men are so aggressive towards me, and this kind of gives me another excuse to not have any faith in men at all at this point, ever. This man could have been someone's father, someone's husband, and God knows what he's like at home. To his wife, to his family, I have no idea. See, I let out a big beep to say, like, move, you've come out now, and he just stops. He not only comes out, hits into an old lady, near hits into me, he just sits there for a minute. Sits there for a minute, because he's realised,
oh, there's no room to turn right, come onto the street.
Great work, Einstein. I have no idea what kind of job he had, but he had a very nice car, so I have no idea how he's got hold of a car like that. He's causing problems now, because everything's going to get jolted at the back, behind me, and round my village, like at 5 or 6 o'clock, it gets so rammed. You're a standstill, because there's so many roundabouts and so many tiny bridges. Like, we get a lot of the city traffic coming in, unfortunately, during like the afternoon time. And when people behind you, they blame it on you, but you know, no, it's the dickhead in front of me. That's who's causing calls and all this malarkey. Really hot that day as well. I remember it was so hot that day and I was just like so pissed right now. I've had a long drive coming back from Stansted. I was in traffic for about 2.5 hours that day and I was livid. I was full blown livid at this point, right? Now we're finally moving again. Look, he's probably made a mistake. He probably didn't mean it. You know, leave it. Leave it. Leave it, leave it. So then we're coming towards another roundabout. So I'll turn left on this roundabout and this comes into my actual part where I live. Then if you keep going forward, you go to like more like hustly bustly areas in my area, if you will. I kind of like just thought he's got over it. I'm over it now. Like half a minute away to this left-hand turning from the roundabout to get home. I want pizza. I'm crying. I'm like, Mummy, I want dinner. I've had a long day and I hate my life right now. Can you blame me? Girl gets sacked, almost gets killed. Stuck in 2.5 hours of traffic in this heat. I have no words for that day. Now he's on a straight road. The f***er decides to pull up in the middle of the street. Causing more havoc behind me. Because now people are getting angry now because like it's 5 o'clock. They want to get home, hibernate from the hard week that they've currently had. I'm sitting there like, what? I'd beep again. Like, are you okay? Move! Must have stopped for at least 15 seconds and he hadn't moved. So of course people behind me, they're going crazy. And this man behind me, he saw the whole entire thing. He followed me throughout the whole entire thing because he was scared for me. And I kind of know him from another friend. So that was really lucky actually. And he's sitting at a standstill in his car. And he's like flicking a cigarette out of his car. I'm like, because I know sometimes you do have to stop if you see a cat running the road or a deer or anything. I'm looking around like that. I can't see any cat, I can't see any deer. No deer, no nothing coming in the middle of the road. Sitting there and I'm just like, and I am sweating, I've been crying, I've been, you know, I just want to get home. I want to get home, bro. Do you understand me, bro? I had that gut instinct to either come out of the car and see if he's okay, if anything's happened to him. But there was that gut feeling like, look guys, if you don't know, I'm very an intuitive person, I'm a very psychic person, and if I feel that gut feeling to not get out of the car, I will not get out of the car, and I prove people wrong every single time. But saying that, when I was following him, he wasn't like all over the place or anything like that. I said, look, either he's done gear or he's like that he's too much than he can handle, that he's had to stop because he just can't even think straight, or he's had too much to drink but he's very good at like covering it up, you know, sitting there like cotching in the middle of a main road, you know, especially in that heat. I don't know how many people called the police to get him like, you know, craned out of there, you know, like get a crane, pick him up, take him up. I wish they did at this point and then drop the car at a very high point. I'm not joking. I call out, are you all right? Are you okay? And then all of a sudden, the car, when I say it swings open, she swings open and I'm like, it was like Hellboy opening a car door. Like, it was so fast. And this man was huge, by the way. He comes out of the car. He comes out. He gets his 2 legs out like this, right? I like to, like, show and demonstrate to you. But my legs are, like, really patchy from really bad fake tan and that right now. So you're not even going to see my legs. There's no way. It's like, you know like how the Queen gets out the car, gets their 2 legs on the other side, and then walks out the car? That's exactly what he's done. He hasn't done, like, 1 leg to shut the door. Like, he's, like, done like a little dainty swift around, come out of the car and slam the door so hard. I thought the window screens were all gonna be like gone. Bag in his hand, I'm thinking, I'm in serious trouble right now. I'm stuck in traffic and he's very close to me, so it's not like I can reverse and come out now because he's walked out to the outside of my car. And I'm like, I don't want to hit into this man and I can't, my car's too low to get onto this pavement to go around him because his car's so wide, I can't get around it. There's no way I can get out. Immediately anyway, I lock my doors anyway, everywhere I go. They're never unlocked, ever, 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 ever. I'm a paranoid bitch. My first instinct is to not even look at him because I'm thinking if I look at him and if he's like on drugs, he's gonna like go full blown pounds defense on me, or he's gonna knock a baseball bat through my window. So I'm just trying to like not even look at him. He knocks the door. Annoying part of my stupidity, part of my brain, turns my eyes around to this way and I see him face to face, right? And my phone wasn't recording, but to be honest, I think if he realised that it was recording, I think he would have like kicked off anyway. It would have made him 10 times worse. He looks at me and I look at him, I'm like that, because I'm thinking, how dare you? Are you, is he trying to frighten me? Now this one irritated me because I was just like, I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to leave. He gives my window 2 knocks. Get out of the car. I'm like, are you okay? And then he like looked at me and he went, no, seriously, get out of the car. Oh, sir. I'm a woman on my own. I am not getting out of the car. You should not be approaching a woman on her own in the vehicle while you're on your own and stopping traffic. I am not going to open the door. So he's like, seriously, open your door. He's raising his voice up a bit more now. And I went, no, I'm a woman on my own. I am not opening the door. He walks away. And he's like, oh, no way. I'm going to irritate some more. My door again. I am a woman on my own. I'm unarmed. I'm on my own. I have no one with me currently. I am not opening. I am bored of you. I want to go home. He f***ing does it again. I'm in disbelief right now. I turn around, I shout at the top of my lungs. I went, I am not opening the door. You are boring me. You are boring everyone else on here. What, because you want to scare someone on the road? In the middle of a whole entire street of traffic with hundreds of people to see. Illegally holding people up on the road. I am not opening the door. Bored of you, Felicia. Go home. He does a 360-degree turn, walks his petty ass back to his petty car, gets back in, goes back in drive again. Big mistake. Shut up! I thought I turned you on silent. I wanted to get his number plate now because I'm thinking, if he follows me home anyway, I want to go home a totally different way, go to the middle of nowhere and try and lose this bloke. I don't want to just turn left and then he could go around the roundabout again and follow me home. I'd rather follow him for a couple of minutes, lose him, get it out of his head that he's not coming towards my car ever again, and drive back home like a really complicated way. We drive literally 10 seconds up the street. Stop! Comes out, swings his car door open like Hellboy coming out of a car. Does his little Queen Elizabeth II kind of coming out the car like that, walks in out to his car, walks back to my car. Can you not walk to my car, please? Now this is a very busy road, so cars are coming too fast this side. So now I thought, oh yeah, I've got no blockages this side if he does do this again. Unfortunately, cars are flying down at this point, so there's no room. If I get out of his way, I'm gonna run him over. So I'm like, I'm not even scared of him anymore. I just want to go home. He goes, what? What did you say? And I'm like, what? So you're telling me he's driving 40 to 50 miles per hour down this long main road with his music blaring out? If I did shout out something, how on earth was it scientifically possible, logically possible for him to hear a word I even said to him, because this music was so loud? And what logic reason would I be calling out to a car in front that's miles away from me to stop again? After you've stopped the traffic, pissed off a lot of people. He then requested, get out of the car. I said, look, seriously, I swear you have a memory of a goldfish. I think he loves to threaten women. I think he loves to make women feel absolutely terrified. Don't with me right now. Unless it's life or death, I'm not opening this door. Even if you set this car alight, I'm not getting my ass out of this door. Get back in your petty car and take the petty motherfucking high road. I have struggled trusting men. I've had guys physically abuse me, mentally abuse me. I'm not looking out for sympathy by the slightest, but it does give me times like this where, like, if a man talks to me this way in public and I haven't done anything wrong to deserve it, that's what gives me a star rage. We want to go home. I've been working in an office for about 10 hours. I've just lost my job. I've just become redundant. I want to go home. For someone that's a bit older than my dad to behave this way on a chick magnet car, it's just pathetic. Like, you'd think it stopped there. Bag of custard walks back into his car. That's all he could hear from behind me. So now that's annoyed him more. He's got out of the car again and I'm like, can you not? Please, I want to go home. And I'm in front. I'm the one that's being threatened here, okay? His left hand now is like fisted. So I'm thinking he's going to try and open my door. He's going to try and smash my window now. Of course, he stops again, does it again. Get out of your car. I'm not a bad person by the slightest, but I wish very terrible things on you right now. I am not opening the door. Look at him in his eyes. I'm like, can you just go home? We don't like you. We're bored of you now, Felicia. We want you home, Felicia. We want to go home, Felicia. We want dinner, Felicia. We want you out of our lives, Felicia. Go home. Like, he's just like looking at me very like confused at this point. I'm thinking, mate, don't you look confused? I'm more confused than yourself. I am very confused right now. Why this is even happening? No, seriously, open the door. I really want to talk to you. And I'm like, I don't think your intentions are to talk, I'm afraid, sir. No one wants you here. Everyone's bored of you. Because I'm pretty sure that this man would bloody get his teeth and open the top like a can opener, pull me out and murder me. This man had like really horrible intentions in his eyes. But at this point, I'm like, I'm not even scared. I'm rageful. Universe brings him to me. So I'm thinking, have I felt negatively lately? Oh yes, I have been. And this is why it happens to me when I'm in a horrible place. Because the worse I feel, the weird comes back to me. And I just get my phone. I just quickly turn it on before we go off again. And this is what we got.
This man right here is a psychotic maniac. Out on a dead end outside of a pub that we nearly crashed, and then I bid so that he stopped to stop him from crashing to anyone else. Now he's stopping. What the hell is he doing? He's doing this to taunt me.
Yes, unfortunately we didn't get any faces. I'm not going to show you that. I'm not going to show you the number plate. I'm not going to show you anything. But this man was a nasty piece of work. He wanted to frighten a woman on her own in a car, piss a whole entire road off during a heat wave, especially to a woman that's lost her job that day and just generally had a very bad day. And he's had fun in the pub mid-afternoon and was like, yeah, do you know what would make my day better? Let's pull up a whole line of traffic and frighten this younger woman behind me. That would be the cherry on top of my cake to a fantastic evening. So I've gone full-blown speed, gone and tried to get rid of him. And I'm driving around like my village like about 3 or 4 times now at this point, just in case he was like following me. And I'm slowly going around like these little streets and then kind of like looking outside like the end of the streets, like just to see that in case he hasn't, like, just in case he's pulled up there to like wait for me or something to like crash into me and like murder me. As I get home, I tell my mum everything and she blames it on me. So that was the story time of this crazy man on the road, crazy psycho driver. I don't even know what I'm going to call this story time video. So the moral of the story is, if you're a woman on your own in the car and there's a man telling you to get out of the car on your own, don't get out of the car. No matter how old he is, no matter what a nice car is, and you probably think he's a doctor or a lawyer or something, and raise awareness and like try and like kind of fight back and call the police if anything like this ever happens. Even though like nothing serious happens afterwards, it's still good to call the police, because in case they try and do this again, something's reported, they know it's probably the same person. I hope bad things happen to that man. I hope he learns his lesson to not talk to a woman like that and corner. If you like that story time, make sure you give me a big fat thumbs up. And if you like more of my story times, always let me know. Obviously, you know, guys, random weird shit happens to me pretty much every single day. So guys, if you have never been here before, again, I just want to ask you really, really nicely to subscribe to my channel and make sure you press on that bell so you know when I next do a video. Anyway, guys, I am going to love you and I'm going to leave you, and I'm going to keep telling you to stay safe, make good choices out there and be kind to one another. And I am going to love you, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.